Hey guys, it's Mr. Patrick. It's good to be talking to you again. I miss spending time with you a lot. In fact, it's probably the thing I miss most. You beat coffee. In all seriousness, I miss you guys, and I'm excited to see you again really soon. Really fast, please share your God stories with us. We should have an online form you can fill out with your parents. We'd also just like to hear how you're doing. What's going on? What have you been up to? If you can't find the form, please email us. Man, a lot has happened since the last time we were together. Last week, Miss Jill did a great job talking about what to do if you're feeling scared. If you haven't watched it, please do. Honestly, the last few weeks have actually kind of felt familiar to me. It kind of reminds me of how I felt on 9/11. And if you don't know what that is, you'll learn about it in school sometime. At the time, I was in fourth grade, and the cause was just as abstract, unreal feeling as a virus. I was scared, a lot of people were. But first, I want you to know that it's okay to be scared, which is good because, like I mentioned all the time, I'm a warrior. The Bible is full of stories where God uses scared people, and Jesus knows that we'll be scared, and He wants to be with us in that. Fear becomes a problem when it stops you from doing the things God planned for you. We see that in Scripture too, like when the Israelites were too scared to enter the Promised Land and had to wander the desert. One of my favorite books/movies, The Lord of the Rings, has a really good line about it. In it, well, actually, let's just watch it together. It's pretty short, and we're all online anyway.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us.
All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Put a bit more biblically, we can look at Ephesians 5:16. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. So what have I been doing to fill my days? Well, my regular work, because I already worked from home before. Exercising. When I get back to church, I really want to get the 25 push-ups with Andrew on my back. And playing Minecraft, which is odd for me because I liked Minecraft when it came out, but I hadn't thought about it in years, really. When I got the news from David, though, that church was closed, that was one of the first things I thought to do. And then I thought, I should build a model of our church in Minecraft, which is also odd for me. I'm not really that creative. So I started a new survival mode game. That way I had to really work for all the materials to make the church. I started and almost immediately found a section that was flat enough with a drop-off on one side, like where some of you are building a fort. So I started building. It's been difficult. I've lost all my stuff. I've been attacked. I've also had some successes. I found some rare materials, and I actually finished the model's foundation relatively quickly. But why I'm sharing this is because it got me thinking about our church. Building a replica of our church in Minecraft is tough, but building a real church is so much harder. And I'm not talking about the building, although I assure you that isn't easy either. Just ask Pastor David or any number of people that worked on it. I'm talking about the church in a more abstract way. I'm talking about the church as a body of believers. And in that church, we have a role to play. Paul talked about it like this in 1 Corinthians 12:18 and 20. But our bodies have many parts. God has put each part just where He wants it. How strange a body would be if it only had one part. Yes, there are many parts, but only one body. You guys are a crucial part of our church, and that's true whether we meet in a building or online. This is kind of a new frontier for a lot of churches, and while we will meet in person again, the world was changing before this. What will never change is that God loves you and has a plan for you, and that you are a crucial part of this body. I'm going to pray in a minute that God can bring some peace about what's going on if you're feeling anxious, and that He will direct you to actions you can do right now to make the most of these days. That can look a lot of different ways. Maybe it's praying for your friends and family. Maybe it's being extra nice to your parents because they might be under extra stress. Maybe it's just thinking about what God has planned for you in the future and where you fit in the body. When we're done, talk to your parents about what you can do right now. One thing you can do, again, just to remind you, is to share God stories and your updates with us. We really want to hear them. I mean it. God, please, come be with us wherever we're at. Thank you for making such a great body of our church with all these different pieces. Pray that you will just take away any anxious feelings that we're having, and that you'll just direct us to what you want us to do with this time. Thank you for being with us. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon.